Here we are. That's why I got momentarily confused. Their names are Horace and Horatio. Yep, that made sense. If you have not found the sword, you cannot marry my daughter. It's as simple as that. Dad, you know that's not possible. This is the man I want to marry, and I refuse to marry anyone else. Good sir, please reconsider. I may have just been a farmer when we last saw each other, but I've been through a lot while searching for that sword for you. I think you'll find that I would make a fine husband for your daughter, and I can assure you that I love her with all my heart. So I can stay silent or I can say more. That's the question. Should I stay silent and let him stand up for himself, or should I, the Lightbringer, use my authority to point out how helpful he's been? Let's try it. He disrespects this guy, but does respect me to some extent, so maybe my word works here. It is true, this man has helped many people. I'm sure he will continue to gain a name for himself in this world. Huh. If someone of your position approves of him, perhaps the other nobles will as well. I'll give you a chance, Horace. However, I expect you should behave as noble should. This is no farm, and you would do best to learn that quickly. I'll do whatever it takes, sir. Anything, as long as Elena and I can be together. Is that okay with you, Elena? Of course, Horace. I'll help you adjust to life in the city. Then it is settled. I don't like to admit it being wrong, Horace, but you seem to be a good man despite your humble upbringing. Wow, this guy's a terrible person. You seem to be a good man despite not being a noble, and only they could be good people. I'll give you my permission to marry my daughter. That's wonderful. You won't regret this, father. Thank you, sir. I regret that I failed to find the sword, but I searched near all of Domus for it. Enough of that stupid sword. It doesn't exist. My father made up that whole thing. You've already done so much. You have nothing else to prove. As a matter of fact, I found the sword ages ago sealed away behind an ancient enchantment. I locked the chamber leading to it, and for years I have been looking for a way to break the seal. I knew you'd never be able to retrieve the sword, even if you somehow found it. That's why I sent you after it. Wow, Wow. Now, after all these years have aged me, the sword is useless to me. Horace, I want you to continue my work. Find a way to break that seal, and legends will be written of our family. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I have no use for that sword. I have everything I need right here, and I can't risk leaving Alana a widow after all I've done to be with her. Perhaps our friend here would be more willing. I would gladly find the sword. Now we have the Blade of Legend, brand new quest. There's a long chain. I'm glad I did completely scoff and ignore this stupid wife quest. I wanted the sword in the family, but it will do more good in your hands. This key will unlock the entrance to the tomb. Through a magic barrier lies beyond. Through my research, I know that something within the temple will break the seal, but I do not know what or how. I will find it. Enough of that. We've got a wedding to plan. Thank you, friend, for finding my Horace and bringing him home. Please, take this gold as a small token of my gratitude. Hey, we got a little money. Not really the point, though. Mostly, though, we got a tip on how to continue and find this damn sword. That's neat. Is that where it is? Recommended level 20. Okay, maybe we'll want to do the other quests first. Go to the hidden entrance, acquire Rusted Light's Awakening. That's the only time I've ever seen a recommended level in a quest, I think. Okay, maybe I'll finish restoring all 4 shrines first, and then I'll be level 20, and then maybe we'll grab that sword and then maybe do the final quest or something? That seems pretty final. Once you're getting the super magical sword that saves the world or whatever, that's usually when you can confidently say you're probably near the end of your journey. So, back to the Shepherd Plains, then. Go to Glen Lake Skiff. Don't mind if I do. Ulamir. Alright. So, right up here, we're going to find a way to cross the water, find some hermit, learn about his crazy plan. What are those? That was a weird sight. Those were new for me. Those were not friendly locals, as it turns out. There's the skiff. So I imagine that he probably has a perfect plan that will totally fix everything, but he needed but it probably involves something that only a Lightbringer can do. Alright, Marwell the Hermit.
Stop! I don't care who you are or why you're here. I like to be left alone. Why does no living thing on Domus understand this? Being a shepherd is bad enough. I don't need any self-appointed, intelligent creatures burdening me with their... Oh, you're a bringer. That's unexpected.
We are not here to add to your problems. I was sent here by Ulamar. I've come to ask about a cure for the... Of course you are. Ulamar is entirely predictable. The first able-bodied stranger that comes along, Ulamar says, "Can you go to the sanctuary and try Marwell's cure for us?" He's been looking for someone to do this ever since we closed Sanctuary. Wasn't Sanctuary closed hundreds of years ago? How long do shepherds live? Many times longer than any of the other races, as it should be. I fought in the war, you know, the big one, the War of the Giants. Was the cure? A poultice, my own invention. The problem is getting close enough to the unicorns to apply it. The Ulamar must think you can survive at the Sanctuary long enough to use it, at least. Now, let me look. I have most of the ingredients, but I need fresh nightshade. Go pick some from my backyard while I begin putting it together. Very well. I'll be back shortly.
Don't be afraid of the nightshade. Just pick it.
Don't be afraid of the nightshade. It's just death poison grass. No big deal. Alright, we're gonna cure some unicorns. That's not usually what you expect. That's a corpse. Hello, nightshade. And plains nightshade. I guess that's different. Hello, skeleton. Alright. Why there's so many dead people around here? Here lies Marcus the Old. Alright, I feel like we're going to find a lot of important information back here that might inform me on what's going on and might even change the outcome of this quest or something. So here lies Marcus the Old. Oh, it's just a headstone, that's all it says. A Hunt for a Unicorn, Part 1 by Marcus the Old. Entry 1. A while back, my daughter gave me this diary to record my thoughts and such. She says I'm getting old and ought to record that kind of thing for posterity, or whatever that is. Says she would read it to her kids. I didn't think much of the idea, but she insists, so I'm doing this. I could never say no to any of my damn kids, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, with everyone getting all sick in the village, I thought I better write some stuff down before I kick the bucket myself. So, here goes nothing. My name is Marcus the Old. Funny. That's the name I've carried around since I was a strapping young man. When I was 17, my hair started to turn gray. By my 18th birthday, it was bright white. All my friends took to calling me Marcus the Old. They'd bow when I came into the room, made me a cane, gave me a bunch of prunes, really funny guys. Now the name fits. Now the name fits. Figured that'd happen if I waited long enough, and see, I was right. I got a daughter named Tess, who thinks I'm a lot more interesting than I really am. I'm a guy who spends half the day milking cows. It's not like I'm off fighting dragons or anything. Me and my wife, Sarah, own a cattle ranch. We're in the cow business, had ourselves 6 beautiful children, 3 boys, 3 girls. I've led a good life. If I were to die tomorrow, I could face it with a smile. Can't ask much for more than what I've been given. Not sure what more there is to say. I'm off to check on Sarah. She's been feeling poorly the last few days. I hope she hasn't got what's going around. Entry 2. Sarah's not doing good. She's got a bad fever, and the veins in her arms are black. She isn't the only one. Half the town's got it, including my daughter Tess and her little 3-year-old. It's terrible. The healers don't know what it is. Smells like magic to me. It spreads so quickly, and nothing makes it better. If we don't do something soon, these people are going to start dying. When I was a boy, I grew up in a little hamlet not far from the Bog of Souls. No one in the town went anywhere near that bog. At night, you could see it glowing in the distance, and sometimes, on a windy night, a greenish fog would roll in from it. It smelled like rotten flesh. No one would leave their homes on those nights. Now, when I was about 10, people in the town started to get sick. Their skin would turn all gray and hard, their eyeballs would start to turn red. After a few weeks, they couldn't walk or speak, but they could scream all right. They couldn't stop. I don't know how the rest of us kept our sanity. The more people infected, the more screaming you would hear, day and night. They'd scream like they'd been cut open across the belly. A lot of them asked us to kill them. Eventually, they'd die themselves and be granted their wish. Terrible way to go. Town was in a panic. No burials for the Grey Ones, we called them. We just burned them up instead of solemn prayer. Well, after, I don't know, a few months, one of them wizards from the City of Light heard about what was happening and came out to investigate. The City of Light government was worried whether it might spread beyond our little nothing corner of Domus. The wizard spent weeks looking for the source, discovered the Bog of Souls had expanded so much that it contaminated the water supply, seeping into all the wells and such. The bog had been corrupted by dark magic, and these people were going through some evil transformation. He said there was nothing we could do. The people who were too far gone weren't getting any better, couldn't eat food grown in the area anymore. We had to abandon our little town and move away. Never been back there since, just a ghost town now. I bring that up because this situation now kind of reminds me of that one. Now, we aren't anywhere near the bog, but usually when people start getting ill all at once, there's something dark involved. There's a town meeting tonight to discuss what to do next. I'm going to tell my story and hope the town sends for help. We ain't going to solve this one on our own. That's not a good start to the story that has 4 parts. Part 2, Entry 3. Been a busy few weeks, haven't had a chance to write in this thing. Town meeting went well. I think my story really got to them. They sent my oldest son, Marcus Jr., and a few of his friends to the capital to appeal to the Order of Mages. They got back last week with this wizard who makes me look young, called Flavius. He said he had dealt with magical afflictions all his life, and if this were one, he'd suss it out. He's been investigating ever since, visiting the sick, examining them, chanting different incantations over their bodies. Nothing has worked so far, but with each failure, Flavius seems more determined. Lately, he's taken to collecting different flora and fauna. My youngest son, Iggy, has volunteered as his assistant, and I've shown him around town on occasion, since I helped draw the maps and streets back when we settled it. Karsten is the town name, by the way. Don't think I've mentioned that. Nothing that needs to be mentioned around here. Named after a local blacksmith who slayed a furious giant who attacked the town in the early days. He died in the effort. Nice of them to name the town after him. Not that it's much comfort to him these days, I imagine. But Sarah has been getting worse. She mumbles in her sleep now. She keeps forgetting who I am. Keeps talking about shadows in the room. Her veins look like licorice. She's always ice cold. I don't know if she'll last much longer. I wish this damn wizard would figure this out. I never wanted to outlive my wife. Always used to joke with her that I'd be okay if she married some pretty elf after I died. She'd say all the elves are ugly now, and she'd rather hold on to me. Don't take her from me. My daughter Tess is doing a bit better. She still has her wits about her. She's the strong one. Her darling daughter Daisy hasn't been as lucky, crying all the time. Too young to understand the hurt. She hasn't even lived yet. Can't let this terrible disease destroy my family. There's another meeting tonight. They are becoming pretty routine. Flavius is supposed to give an update regarding his findings. He's been intently studying the valley near Karsten. Iggy says he thinks they're close. Weird man, that wizard. Doesn't blink much. Speaks even less. Always seems to be studying his surroundings. Let's hope he has some good news. This really is not a good start to a story that's 4 parts. Entry 4. Sarah died this morning. I'm a broken man. She was my world. I don't think I would get out. I don't think I would get out of bed if it wasn't for my children. This illness has to be cured. 6 people have died now. I won't lose any of my children or my grandchildren to this. Flavius is supposed to be close. Trace the dark magic to a cave in the valley, leading an expedition tomorrow to figure out the source. I urged my son Iggy to stay behind, but he's fascinated by Flavius. I'm worried the boy may run off to the City of Light when this is all over and try to join the Mages College. It doesn't matter right now, though. At least he's alive. At least he's not sick. I'm worried little Daisy will be next. I don't think his old heart can handle so much heartbreak. If the gods exist, Flavius will end this tomorrow, and everyone will start to recover. I don't know, though. Nothing is clear. All I can think about is Sarah. I'm alone now. I'll write more tomorrow after Flavius' expedition. Now, I have to go bury my wife. We picked out a nice plot of land not too long ago. Once we realized we were both getting too old to ignore death. A beautiful little hill covered in lilacs. You can see the mountains in the distance. Sarah was an adventurer when she was young. Did I mention that? Used to visit old battlefields and historical locations. She loved the mountains. It's too much. Just too much to talk about. One day, I'll put it all down. She deserves to be remembered. Hunt for Unicorn Part 3, Entry 5. Also, almost none of this actually has any mention of a unicorn yet, does it? It's actually kind of an unfitting title. I guess he must have been changed the name afterwards. The expedition was a success. Sort of. Turns out there was a necromancer living in that cave attempting to collect souls with corrupted white ember. Or at least that's what Flavius said. Doesn't make too much sense to a cowman like myself. Iggy says it was quite a battle. Magic flying back and forth like he'd never seen before. They outnumbered the necromancer, but he put up quite a fight, killed a couple of the men. Worst part is, when Flavius attempted to cleanse the embers and free the souls, he and Iggy were infected. Flavius says it was a victory of sorts. No more people will get sick, but no one who is sick will get better, lacking a miracle. Says a unicorn tail is the only thing that could possibly save these people. Tails are especially powerful, you see. They can make an elixir that uses good magic to cleanse the bad. But it's a pipe dream. Only one place you can find a unicorn these days, and only a crazy person would step foot inside that place. Entry 6. Looks like me and my sons are crazy people. Not that we really have much choice in the matter. With Tess, Daisy, and Iggy all sick, I have to do something. Marcus Jr. and Pierce, my sons, are both trying to get me to stay behind, but that is never going to happen. They are putting together a crew of supplies as I write. Who'd have believed an old cattle farmer like me would be going to the sanctuary? When I was a kid, all the good campfire stories were about the sanctuary, originally conceived as a preserve for some of the rarest animals in Domos. It was built and guarded by the Lightbringers during the Second Age. We could find anything there: dire bears, dire wolves, satyrs, minotaurs, tame dragons, and the rarest animal of all, unicorns. But after the Great War of Flames, the sanctuary fell into disrepair and was abandoned. Dark forces took up the residence there, possessing the animals. They say the darkness has been lifted from the sanctuary now, but the tame creatures have grown feral, and all of them remain corrupted by the evil that inhabited the place. The animals there run the sanctuary, and you don't set foot in there if you want to live. So yes, it's probably not the wisest choice in life, but I'm old, my family is the most important thing, and I have to protect them and keep them alive in any way I can. If I die, alright then, but I can't let my poor little granddaughter perish. Sarah would want me to do anything I could, even though it's dangerous. I think I have this one more adventure in me. Entry 7. This place may be even scarier in person than the stories make it out to be. The whole place has become a jungle. Vines wrap themselves around the gates so tight we can't open them. Marcus and Pierce are whacking away at them as I write this. The place is eerily quiet. Each strike of a blade seems to reverberate all around us. I'm liking this plan less and less by the minute. The other men with me are scared too. They don't even pretend to hide it. It feels like something is watching us. Flavius gave us an old map of the sanctuary grounds, and according to that, the unicorns were kept in the northwest corner. We have no idea if they're still there, but it's the best lead we have for now. Problem is, that's on the opposite end of the sanctuary from the gate. So we'll have to traverse the entire compound. That might have been a reasonable journey when it was built, but now, with this wild, unknown jungle between us, who knows what awaits us? The boys have broken through. Time to head in. My bones are aching already. Like they know what's coming and figure there's no sense in waiting. Here's hoping the unicorns just toss us a tail when we walk in. Yeah. That's wishful thinking. Sure. Entry 8, Part 4. We found an old cage relatively intact, and we're going to bar ourselves inside. It smells terrible, but it should be safe for the night. It's been a real slow going so far. The map hasn't been much use, with everything so overgrown and warped in the centuries since it was drawn. We've struggled to figure out where the hell we are. We tried following the main path for a while, only to find a line of trees blocking the way. That redirected us to the densest jungle I've ever seen. It took us hours to hack our way through, but then the sun was going down, and we agreed that it was smarter to camp out than keep pushing on through the dark. Pierce has a compass, and it seems we're roughly on the right track. Hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep, get this done with tomorrow, and get out of this place. The air here is so warm and dense it feels like you can't breathe sometimes. Hold on, kids. We'll be home soon. Entry 9. Spiders. God's damn spiders. We saw some cobwebs when we picked this place, and we figured it was just because it was old. 2 of the guys were bit last night, and now they're running a bad fever. Not sure what to do with them. Doesn't make much sense to carry them around when we're likely to encounter more danger. Their necks have swelled up like grapefruits. That leaves 6 healthy men, including me, and I'm not capable of carrying these guys. The boys are deliberating, but we just don't have a lot of choices. We can't leave them, and we can't spare any men to take them back. The best option may be to rig up some draggable stretchers and hope that they get over the bites. 2 men down, and we haven't even had anything to fight yet. Entry 10. Carrying these guys has really slowed us down. We're having to take too many breaks. Now we're paused at the edge of the swamp, trying to decide the best way across. The stretchers should float, but no one is excited about wading through this water, and we don't know how deep it is. Guess we just have to search for a shallow point, start to cross, and hope for the best. Entry 11. No safe place to camp this time. Swamp is bigger than we thought. Found a little island where we're making camp. Have to light a fire so everyone can dry off. The spider bite guys are in rough shape. I don't know either of them well. They both worked for the logging company down by the river. Roy and Albert are their names. Their breathing is shallow, and they keep coughing. They can't speak. I don't think they're going to survive the night. We've heard some weird noises. Could be growling. Could just be the wind and water playing tricks on us. Either way, we are rotating guard duty tonight. I volunteer to go first. I don't sleep much these days anyway, and that's doubly true in this place. Entry 12. My son Pierce died early this morning. A colossal, vicious dire bear attacked us, and it killed both Pierce and my neighbor Paul. We had to leave the spider bite guys behind as well. No time to grab them. We couldn't run with them anyway. I had just dozed off after my shift when the dire bear struck. I guess we were trespassing on his turf. Marcus Jr. is inconsolable. He and Pierce did everything together, brothers and best friends. I don't know what to do. All this heartbreak in such a short time is numbing me. This disease, and now this godforsaken place, it's ripping my family apart. Pierce died a hero, though. He managed to drive off the bear and buy us time to get away, but I think he knew he had no chance of outrunning it on his own. He died protecting us. We have to keep on moving. Only 4 of us left. I'm leading the way. This is not going to be a failure. Pierce will not have died for nothing. Entry 13. We finally found it. The unicorn lair. We're in luck, too. There are a couple here, just standing around. We're hoping to set a trap, capture one, and remove its tail. These creatures are far too beautiful and magical to be killed. There aren't many of them left in the world, but if trapping fails, we'll have no other choice. Unicorns are said to be smart and extremely strong, so no matter the plan, this is risky indeed. Marcus Jr. has pulled himself together a bit. I'm not sure if one can ever really get over losing a sibling and a best friend, but he's refocused for now. He realizes the rest of the family's lives are at stake as well. We plan to spring the trap at twilight. I would be more confident if there was more than 4 of us, but nothing much we can much do about that. There's a chance we don't walk away from this one. Unicorns are known to be deadly when they sense danger, but we can't dwell on that. We're going to succeed. We have to. Help me, Sarah. I need your spirit with me on this one. And that's how it ends. Oh. There's a lot of graves back here, by the way. This one's Marcus the Old. Why are there crosses? Wait, why are there crosses? I don't think Christianity exists in this universe, so why would there be Christian crosses over the graves? That's odd. But yeah, we know that one's like Marcus the Old. This one appears to be human. It's weird how it's not buried. That's not sure what's going on there. The best I can say is, hey, there's not 8 graves, but I guess different members of the expedition could have been buried in different places. It's hard to make sense of what's there. And you don't get to know what happened, I guess, unless you can find another diary. Marwall the Hermit. Is Marwall Marcus Jr.? Could he be?
The nightshade. Good, good. Let me just bruise the roots before I add them. Gives the aroma nice woodsy notes. And here you go. 1 poultice to cure unicorns of moderate to severe evil corruption. Now, approach them carefully and rub a little of this on their haunches. If it works on them, the cure will spread through the air to the rest of the animals. Eventually, I think.
It's a start, I suppose. Also, wow, we're level 18 already. I still have barely started these level 17 zones, and I'm level 18 already. Getting a crazy unicorn to stand still while I rub its haunches with foul-smelling paste. This is not how I imagine the afterlife. When you get back to Olimar, give him my sweetest regards. Tell him I said I told you so. Oh, better still, throw a pumpkin at him, he'll know. It's a pleasant character. It's too bad you only get to talk to him like a couple times, and we might never deal with him again for all I know. Alright, so just like that, we have two level 18s and a level 17. Jeez. That's a fast process. We may be getting back around to that, is that a... Yeah, that teleport works. That's faster than walking back. Oh yeah, it's actually directly in front of him. Go figure. We're leveling fast. All things considered, might be doing that level 20 quest sooner than I think.
I have been told you visited Marwall. We were concerned that he might throw vegetables at you. He has a fondness for that.
He sends his regards and a cure. I'm to use the poultice he provided on the unicorns and hope for the best. Olimar, I believe Marwall says, Olimar, I believe Marwall when he says that we can save Sanctuary. I believe it will work. And you will attempt it. Not because you believe it will work, but because you are committed to your mission. And you will enter Sanctuary, whether I approve it or not. If you demanded it, we could not oppose you, so take this tablet, it will unlock the doors. If I'm able to save the animals, how would I proceed to cleanse the shrine? Is the animal's illness related to the shrine's corruption? That is beyond my knowledge. But there was a story. An amulet connected to the shrine was said to have been infused with the power of the green ember, and then broken in 2. The pieces have never been found. They may exist only in myth. If there was such an amulet, though, it might be the key to renewing the shrine, curing the corruption, or both. Thank you, Olimar. I believe the other races could learn much from the shepherds. Sanctuary is to the south. Once you've entered it, you'll be close to the unicorn paddock. Try not to be disheartened by the desolation you find. May the hopes of the shepherds help guide you, Bringer. So now we have news about a Sanctuary is to the south. That's my west. I think you lied to me just now. So now we have a story about a. We don't have anything about it, right? No. No. So somewhere, somehow... Oh! If I go to the farmlands, I can find out... I can tell people what happened to Marcus. Oh, Marcus was a human. I didn't think Marcus would be a human. Interesting. So I can head back and inform people of what happened to Marcus then. That's interesting. That became its own quest in its own right. But yeah, he was just wrong about it being to the south. That was weird. But apparently I need to find a 2-part amulet now on top of everything else. There's a lot going on. Okay. Can I go in? There we go. Another 10,000 experience. They really just throw the stuff around, don't they? It looks like 10,000 is only 10% of a level now, though. We're in the territory of it being 100,000 experience per level. Oh yeah, this could be a big one.